In the first tactical video, we looked at the double attack or the fork. And in this video, we're going to look at a tactic called removing the guard or removing the defender. It's also referred to as undermining. Quite often, we're in positions where pieces are attacked once, but then they're also defended once, or they're attacked twice and defended twice. And if we could somehow remove one of the defenders, then it would be possible to win the piece or win material or the pawn. In this position, it's white's turn to move, and again, that's one of the most critical things in chess. Whose turn is it to move? And we see that the rook is attacking this knight, but it's defended by this pawn. So you have to ask yourself, this is how you evaluate and find these moves on the board. You look at everything that's being attacked and everything that's being defended, and you see how many times, and then you look to see if you can remove one of the defenders. So here we see that the bishop is attacking the defender of this knight. And if the bishop captures the pawn, then the rook would capture, and this rook would be free to capture the knight. And in the process, white has won a pawn. Sometimes you can save yourself by trying to capture or sacrifice one of your own pieces that's being attacked in this combination. But if we look at in this position, it doesn't work actually. So let's say the bishop takes the pawn. Excuse me. The knight might capture this pawn, and thinking that he might get out of this removing the guard tactic. But in this situation, it doesn't work because, well, let's say the king captured the knight, then the rook would be free to capture the bishop, and it would be check, and no pawn was gained in this combination. But because white has actually this in-between move here, defends his own bishop and attacks the knight, and actually the knight has no escape square. He can't run here, he'd be captured by the rook. If he tried to run here, the bishop could capture. Here the bishop would capture, and here it would capture. Let's say he comes here, well, he could capture the knight, the bishop could capture the knight, and you see that the rook is defended twice. So he would actually lose a piece instead of a pawn. So that didn't work. And this is actually a position from a world championship game. And of course, black saw this, and he just allowed himself to lose a pawn instead of a piece. But with two passed pawns here, white went on to win the game. There are many ways that removing the guard can take place. They're very interesting and complicated and simple, and beautiful combinations that occur as a result of finding situations where you can remove one of the defenders. In these explanatory videos, I'm just going to be showing you how it's done and explaining the various tactics. And in later videos, I'll give you some training videos where you can practice and improve your ability to find and execute these tactics over the board. Now proceed to the next video where we're going to look at a related tactic called the overworked piece.